I have been climbing now for nearly 45 years. I have had plenty of problems, plenty of failure. I don't use anything special, just using my bare hands. I'm using some chalk as well. These are the only things I'm using. My life, it's based on moving forward. Something, that makes me dream, I need to feel the thrill of there is something around the corner. My next challenge, climbing 200 buildings before I retire. I love Manila, it's a vibrant city. I came here 20 years back and I am having nice memories. There wasn't any tall buildings, so now I am kind of a mission to climb one of the tallest buildings in the Philippines. Each time I am living this kind of adventure, there is a kind of also addiction. People, they may not really understand, but it's just something, you are planning in your mind. You are not sure whether at the end of the day you will be still alive or not. This is the way I enjoy living. My life is always about my next challenge. So, one is done, it's wrapped up, and then there will be always another one until my last breath. I am an Robert, but most of the people they are knowing me more as a French spiderman, the guy who can climb anything, especially climbing buildings, just using my bare hands. I have climbed 160 buildings. It took nearly 25 years. 70 different countries. discovering people, discovering cultures. Climbing a building is the absolute vertical from bottom to top. It can be really tiring. Sometimes I've been trying only a few meters and I wasn't even sure whether I was going to make it, and fighting hard to stay alive. And when you are reaching the top, you just feel like, wow, I won my fucking life, you know, I am having an extra life, I reborn. And that's just an amazing feeling. When I was like 8, I saw a movie inspired by a novel written by Henri Troyat, The Grieving Snow. It's a story of a plane who crashed near the top of Mont Blanc, and two brothers guide. They decide to climb the mountain and to seek survivors. And I have been really fascinated by that. I have been intrigued, and at that time, even though I was still very young, I just thought when I will be older, I just want to become a climber. My parents, you know, they didn't really understand me because they are from a generation which you are successful if you are a doctor, if you are a teacher, if you are an engineer, but a climber, come on, man. I felt insecure. I thought that maybe my face is not good, or you know, that kind of a complex. It brings a lot of negativities around your life. And I was having to find something, you know, to stand out, to find my way, and I found it. First time was a bit by accident. I was at school, one teacher was missing, so I was having to go home 2 hours before my parents. When I arrived in front of my apartment, I realized that I didn't take the keys. For some reason, even though I was not really thinking about climbing the 7-story building, I was looking at it and I was studying, and I sometimes, you know, a bit like a dreamer, like you are watching something, although you know that most likely you're never gonna do it. And on that day, for some reason, I have decided that I was having enough. I was having to be brave and courageous. This is how I started to climb a 7-story building. I have suddenly opened a gate. Most of the people, they are dreaming their life, and suddenly I was on the other side. I was living my dream. You know, as a little boy, afraid of everything, lacking of self-confidence, that was a kind of a giant step. It seems that nowadays a lot of people are not even aware that I used to be a famous rock climber. I was having more than a solid background on rock climbing, and especially free soloing. I'm talking about things that I did 25, 27 years ago. Pushing the difficulties of free soloing at the highest level ever in the whole world. Verdun, that famous route Pol Pot, that was so hard, that was so unsafe, and you are just climbing, you are 300 meters above the ground, and just using some small pockets, some friction for your feet, and it's kind of scary stuff. My margin in between making it or falling and dying was really slim. Nowadays, people that have kind of forgotten because that was before internet. I'm trying also to tell people that I'm just not only a guy who is climbing buildings. Very famous rock climber like Alex Honnold, they are knowing, they are perfectly aware. Alex did something amazing 2 years back. He climbed El Capitan. He was the first person climbing free solo at a 900 meters route, but the hardest pitch, it's 513A. And what I did, for example, 25 years ago, was up to 513D.
One of the things that I really respect about Alain is just the vision that he's had over the years. You know, his willingness to do things that other people wouldn't do. Well, I think Alain Robert was one of the first people to really free solo very difficult routes. I mean, in fact, he's free soloed harder grades than I ever have. Some of the things that he climbed on rock are really more impressive than what he's done on buildings, but it's just been 30 years or so, and so nobody really remembers them now.
For me, climbing was not about racing or competing. It was about freedom and self-expression. It sounds idealistic, perhaps, but I guess I'm just from another generation of climbers. How is everything?
It's good, bro.
Is it good? It looks like a really nice place for climbing.
Yeah, that's great.
As climbing became more popular, they added more rules and regulation, and it became more like a sport. It was no longer about adventure. I did not want to compete against others, but against a cliff, against myself, alone and with my life in my hands. The new generation, they are really pushing very hard. Climbing sometimes was just to put a long distance in between pegs. If you were falling, you were dead. It's something very mental game. Yeah. Climbing was totally different.
上海的金茂大厦在攀登的成功之后，这名男子
Na
被警方
Slovensko
带走。
pricestoval pavúči muž Alain Robert, ktorý sa holými rukami šplhá po najvyšších budovách sveta.
Celosvetovo známy pavúči.
Alain Robert.
The aesthetic of the building is very important. It's like a woman. You are picking usually the one that is gorgeous. The Petronas Twin Tower in Kuala Lumpur. You know, when I did it, I was really having to pinch myself. I was standing at the top, 452 meters above the ground, and that was after 12 years, 2 failed attempts, and I knew I was risking maybe up to 5 years in jail. The end there is a pinnacle, it's about 80 meters, and you are really standing at the top of the world. That was really an amazing feeling, and I was just telling myself, am I dreaming? It feels a bit unreal. Everybody is laughing, everybody wants to take pictures about you, or want autograph, or a kiss, or whatever. I'm not going to tell you that I don't like it. When suddenly there is thousands and thousands of people and they are chasing you, as a matter of fact, it is pleasant. In Bali, actually, I'm not really doing anything special. My career is more backwards than forward, so I am climbing less. I'm just enjoying my life a bit differently, more relaxed. I'm staying here on a retired visa, then I'm not working. I don't like working, so it's fine. And I am resting, watching TV, swimming, enjoying my wife. Having a good champagne, or 2 or 3 sometimes.
Moi, je suis fasciné par ce qu'il fait. Bon, j'apprécie déjà cette part de risque, parce que certains vont le prendre pour un fou par rapport à ce qu'il fait, que ce soit pour la roche ou pour les bâtiments qui grimpent à main nue. Et en fait, il est loin d'être fou. C'est une préparation mentale d'un sportif de haut niveau, en fait.
Diese ohne Harness, die Free Climbs auf die Gebäude, also ein falscher Griff und das wissen wir alle und es ist vorbei. Er macht es eigentlich zu lange. Das hätte er vor vielleicht, man sagt ja immer, auf dem Höhepunkt soll man aufhören, wenn man irgendwie einen Extremsport betreibt oder sowas. Ich meine, er geht auf die 60 zu. Ja, irgendwann muss man sagen, dass man den Absprung dann finden sollte, bevor es zu spät ist. Garantiert gefährlich. Also ich wünsche ihm und ich wünsche uns allen, dass er, solange er das macht, jedes Mal heil nach Hause kommt. Aber das auf diese Gebäude klettern verfolgt mich im Schlaf manchmal als Albtraum, seine Eskapaden.
Deep down, if you have understood, I'm just following my dreams. And I am having the willpower for the next maybe 15 or 20 years for climbing again, free soloing, because this is the way I am really expressing myself. As long as I am having, a bit of a margin, I am considering that this is safe.
We're going down through the range up now, Tony. Oh, okay, just hold your face. Hold your face, matey. Okay, thanks.
I love kicking the ass of the society. I am a kind of a rebellious person.
Well, the New South Wales Police look very dimly on this. We've had to use a number of different resources here today, and it's obviously been a tremendous impact on the people of Sydney. We've had to close streets, etc. So we'll be prosecuting him to the full extent of the law.
I also enjoy very much climbing illegally because it's more fun, it makes the story bigger. I have been also jailed many times. Not long ago, I climbed in the UK. That was really on the edge. I was already having 2 previous injunctions, but you know, I'm 56, not gonna go to jail for 5 years or 10 years, so I just prefer to abandon climbing in the UK. You know, sometimes people, they're asking me what scares me the most, and I'm just telling them having a boring life. I find it for me more scary than climbing and falling. I am training hard. I am trying to be in a good shape, you know, though I'm not as young as before. I just feel like for a guy who is now close to 60, I'm not that bad. At least I am the lucky one because I can climb until maybe I'll be 70. When I grab the pockets, then I got a steak. So if you can...
One? Or?
Yeah, just one. Oh, I broke so many, you know, my skull. I broke my nose quite badly. And I fell in a coma, so. The worst thing is my wrist, because I fell from nearly 20 meters. I am having, you know, some strong features, so I'm not like in the mall like Enrique Iglesias or that kind of shitty Tom Cruise. I am more like somebody who stands out.
From beginning, when I know about his job, I really want to stop, and I wish that he can stop and to find another job, but it looks like already inside his blood, so if I'm asking him to stop climbing, it's like I'm asking him to die.
I don't know actually if I already told you, but I am planning to go to the Philippines, and I wish to climb one of the buildings. You like it? You don't like it? You hate me? You love me?
It's illegal. It's illegal. It's.
Yeah, well, I am not. You know.
What I feel is like last time UK. It's.
No, the UK was very
scary.
Particular case because there I had been already arrested 6 times. So they just got tired about me, and they wanted, you know, to make me feel like a shit. But Philippines, for me, I am completely virgin. It's a new background, it's a new field, so I don't think it shouldn't be bad. It can't be bad, very sure. I always thought that I wanted one day to climb something in the Philippines, so here we are. And usually I am a kind of person, if I am having an idea on my mind, I'm not going to give up. Sometimes also it's something that makes me a little bit afraid. I am also a bit afraid of myself.
It's like I'm stuck. On the other side, I know what he's doing, but I'm already falling in love. It's like, what should I do? It's difficult. So we are nearly never talking about climbing, about job, which building.
No, yeah, you know, she's never tried to convince me not to climb. She knows, and she heard it so many times, that for me climbing is as important as eating, breathing, or sleeping. So she has kind of set up her mind that for me climbing is as important as being in love for her and her being in love for me.
I just want real life, normal life, without questioning my husband, he will coming back again or no after this job. On the other side, this is his hobby, his fashion, so I cannot stop it.
Of course, people who are loving me, they obviously they are afraid because they know that what I am doing is dangerous. I don't really need to explain that it's a deadly game because it's just so obvious. Then, you know, no need to add, it's just understood. That I may or I may not come back one day. The pollution looks very bad. Huh? It's kind of strange being back to Manila because now there's a lot of buildings. You know, I was in Philippines 20 years back and there was nearly nothing. I think it is the one. No, it's not. I also could do this one. Not really tall, but not really bad. Oh yeah, I think I can see the tip. It's the one there. Actually, I know it quite well because I already got videos from a guy I am in touch who lives in Manila, and I also checked plenty of pictures on Google, so it's kind of already like an old friend. Just quickly, if you can ask the guy to park the car as soon as possible, like this, I can have a proper look.
Is it okay? Let's try one more time around and then we'll get out and paint.
You know, I really need to touch it. If you can drop me now like this, and then you're coming back, and I will be here, okay?
One second. We'll wait for the. Whenever you can stop over there somewhere.
I prefer here because there may be the security.
It's okay. We'll go to the other side. Do you see a lot of security?
You know, this is security of a building. You're not supposed to have that kind of weapons. It looks like more guys engaged in the war on terrorism in Afghanistan or Iraq than just security people. To be honest with you, it's a bit scary. You don't know, what is happening in the mind of the people. If they just think that what is happening is not normal, and if they are allowed to shoot you or not. So that's kind of an issue.
That's why it's important to have a lawyer, right?
Well, having a lawyer and to be honest, let me go alone checking the building, because if everybody is following me with a camera, there is no story. This is good. This is the only good news, actually. In principle, that should be okay. It is really climbable. There is some horizontal ledges. The first maybe 10 meters. They are quite close. And after, the gap is much bigger in between two ledges, so obviously it will be more difficult. For what I checked this morning, It looks like there is some beams. I think they are a little bit lousy, meaning not very solid. But underneath the structure is solid, so I'm planning to climb the corner. So I would be, let's say, I would be starting here, all the way to the top. Not exactly to the top, because unfortunately everything is ending here or maybe there. There is a little bit that is missing, and I don't know if I can cross this part. Looks like it's impossible. Of course I do love you. And oh, love, about the rifle, one of the good news, it seems that this is not real bullets, and security people, they are not using it. It's more something intimidating, and that's it. It's not for real use.
I don't want him to climb. It's scary. It's like... it's scary, and it's not really nice feelings, like he's not at home and waiting what's gonna happen and what kind of news I'm gonna get.
No, my love, don't worry, you know, that's no big deal. I will do it if I know it is safe. Oh, okay. Okay. And don't drink my champagne, please.
Well, I manage Alan's day-to-day business, and when he climbs, I coordinate all the media, which often can be at short notice.
The President's administration is very harsh on lawbreakers, and we just don't know how they'll take this climb. They may view it as trivial, or they may view it as serious, so it's worrying. Alan will definitely get arrested, so we have to have a lawyer on site to represent him. If we don't get a lawyer, though, I don't think he can risk climbing here in Manila because he might get shot.
His friends tried to find some lawyers. They said they won't do it as it's too dangerous.
He spoke to some lawyers already?
He tried to.
And?
But it wasn't successful.
So he won't help me? Why he doesn't want to help me?
They think it's a tough client.
Well, you know, people, they're a bit coward, they're a bit chicken also, and sometimes it sucks. It's like they have no guts. They like watching Bruce Willis on TV or Jason Statham, but when you're asking them to do a little, you know, what's the fucking deal climbing a building? It's nothing.
We would like to ask you not to climb.
From the beginning, you told me, if you feel like climbing, you climb. If you don't want to climb, it's fine.
And we can't change your mind at this point?
No, because I've decided that I will be climbing. Whether you're coming or not, I still want to climb. I am also doing it for myself. I'm not doing it because there is something involved. I am just doing it because, as a matter of fact, I love climbing, and I've been climbing my whole life long, and I just wish to climb tomorrow, and I will be climbing tomorrow. For me, you know, climbing is as important as eating, breathing, and sleeping. We need those three things. On the top of it, there is a fourth one I need to climb. I am like any other human being. I am afraid before an ascent. I feel a kind of countdown towards my own death. I am having responsibilities and everything, so you know, I'm sizing everything.
Here it's okay, it's legal. I mean, I can stop there. Yeah. Because if we stop over there, I mean, as it's here.
Ça va, ça va?
Yeah, ouais, ici.
Okay, we go now.
Allez,
Ouais, là, non, tu me planques un peu, quoi. Ah ouais, là, le palpitant, il est à 200. Hein. It's quite close. I can't really afford to put my center of gravity too far away from the glasses. Celle-là, elle est pas bonne du tout. Hein. Ça vaut rien. Là, il va falloir faire un peu gaffe. Et celle-là, you need to touch it because it looks like so flimsy. Of course, if one of these sheets is going down, I am going down as well.
Magtatanghali nang kumalat sa social media ang video ng lalaking umaakyat sa GT Tower sa Makati. Pero wala siyang harness o kahit anong safety gear. Unti-unti rin kumapal ang mga nakikiusyoso kaya bumigat ang daloy ng trapiko. Kinordon ng security ang paligid ng gusali. Dumating na rin ang mga pulis, SWAT at bombero.
The spider. Hey, you know the spider? It's finished soon. Elle est dans le cul. Ah ouais, là je peux pas traverser. Impossible. Impossible, impossible. Ouais. This is the best I could do. It's not bad actually. I better climb down easily. On va y aller tranquillou. It's okay, it's okay. No worries, man. I am a kind of showman. I love playing to the people. It's a bit like theater. People, they are watching something happening, and I just felt like I need to give them a bit more. I am kind of a playful person. In our society nowadays, there isn't much people that daring. My whole life is based on having fun.
Sir, patayuin niyo muna, sir. Patayuin na. This is what we do, turning. Just go with them. Just go with them. Okay. I talked to your lawyer already. So, okay.
For me, going to jail, I kind of like it. I like pushing, you know, I like exploring boundaries. And I like kicking ass of the society. Actually, yeah, what I am delivering to the whole world is a broad message about being courageous, but also being confident. There is the good craziness and there is the bad one. You know what people they are saying about me? Badass. Actually, yeah, the message is not about fucking climbing. Who cares about climbing? It is being a bit more daring, realizing your dreams.